So here we are to the most exciting tournament of the year, the Champions Cup. My phone agrees with me. Round 1 kicks off tonight. There will be a stream. There's a few games tonight. There will be a stream. I'll probably be primarily focused on the Edinburgh game and the Challenge. However, I will keep you updated on the Glasgow, Northampton and the Connacht Bordeaux, as well as if there's any other games in the Challenges that I can't 100% remember. But anyway, let's get into it. So, without further ado, if you enjoy, make sure to subscribe to make sure I get up to with all the predictions and previews and stuff. But we'll kick off with the first game, which is in Glasgow as the Warriors face Northampton Saints. Now, I've seen quite a few people arguing about this online about are Northampton good enough to beat Glasgow, and I don't think they are personally. I don't think many of the Premiership teams have been that good this season compared to some of the URC and top 14 teams, and I think this will start to show in Europe. I think that Glasgow have been incredible at the start of this season. Northampton have been meh. So at Scotstoun, I don't think Glasgow really have many issues, to be brutally honest with you. So I'm going to side with Glasgow for that one. Next up, for the other game tonight, we head to Galway as Connacht host Bordeaux. Now this could be a slightly more exciting encounter. Both of these teams have had solid starts to the season. Both of these teams can play really exciting rugby. Both of these teams are, on top form with some really, really good players playing for them. Some good seasoned internationals in both lineups. This could be a really exciting game actually. In Galway, Connacht, Bordeaux. I'm gonna side with Connacht. I just think that them, when they are at home, they are a different animal. If this wasn't Bordeaux, maybe a different story, but Connacht in Ireland is a very, very tough team to beat for even the best teams in Europe. So we then head over to tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon we head to France as Toulon face Exeter. Now Toulon are looking really good. They always are. Toulon are. Exeter, I think Exeter have dropped off quite badly recently, and they used to be, if we're talking 3 or 4 years ago, they were, one of, if not the best team in Europe. They won the Champions Cup, they dominated the Premiership, but times have changed, and I don't think Exeter are that strong anymore. They've lost a lot of big named players over the last few years, which I think has showed an effect. They are still solid, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're crap, but I don't think they're on the level that they used to be, and I think that Toulon are of a very high quality. So I am going to side with the French team. So Toulon to beat Exeter. Next up, we head to Bath as they host Ulster. Again, this could be a really good game. Ulster, they've lost a few games. They've had a solid start, but their form recently, they lost to both Edinburgh and Glasgow. Bath, this is kind of the third Scottish team, Bath, they have that many players playing for them. It's in Bath as well, so. But will Ulster be able to turn it round? You've also got the added thing of what the hell's Finn Russell going to do? If Finn Russell turns up, Ulster could be in trouble. But we all know he doesn't always turn up. So my gut's telling me to side with Ulster. So I'm going to follow my gut here. Ulster, I think this will be a good game, tight game, but I think Ulster will just squeeze it. Next up, we head to France, which probably you might get one of the most one-sided games you'll ever get in the Champions Cup, as Toulouse face Cardiff. Cardiff have been solid, don't get me wrong, but Toulouse are just on another level. I think Toulouse are going to find this, especially in France, Toulouse are going to find this pretty simple. Now, Cardiff can pull off an upset, I'm not saying they can't, but I think it's going to be tough for them. So, Toulouse, I'm going to say Toulouse there. Next up, we head to Pretoria in South Africa for a really good encounter as the Bulls are hosting Saracens. This could be a solid game. Both of these two teams are very good teams, both filled with internationals. However, in South Africa, Saracens, we all know what European teams do. We look at the URC, they struggle at first. They need a few trips to South Africa to start getting used to it. Only 2 teams won a game in the URC, only 2 teams won a game in the first South African tour. So yeah, I think the Bulls will just be slightly too strong. Again, if this was at the Stone X in London, I think it would have been a slightly different story. However, in South Africa, I can't see any other way than the Bulls. Heading on next, we go across to Thomond Park as Munster host Bayonne. I don't know much about Bayonne, to be honest with you. They are quite a newer team to me personally, because I don't get to see much of the top 14. So, but Munster have looked pretty solid this season. I will be honest. I have actually tipped them to go on and win the whole of Europe. If you've not seen that video, go check it out. But yeah, Munster, Bayonne. I have sided with Munster, so I'm gonna stick with them. I don't know much about Bayonne, so I'm gonna stick with Munster. Now, I could be wrong. Bayonne could be very, very good. I don't know. But I'm going to stick with Munster because I know they're doing solid. Next up, we've got Bristol at home to Lyon. Bristol haven't been too hot this season, have they? So yeah, I think Lyon might find this game slightly simpler for them. Bristol, I'm not saying Bristol won't win it. I'm not saying Bristol don't have a chance, but you know, they've not been so hot in the Premiership, and as I've said, I don't think the Premiership's of a level at the top 14 or the URC, so I think Lyon, who's I believe is doing pretty solid in the top 14, won't have really many problems. So Lyon to beat Bristol there. Next up, we've got Sale Sharks at home to Stade Francais. This could be it. Sale Sharks have been solid this season, I will say that. They're top of the English Premiership. They still top. They were top for a while. I don't know if they're still top. I don't know if Saracens got them or something. Stade Francais, I've looked. I think they're more towards the bottom of the top 14 at the minute. I will side with Sale Sharks here. I think. Yeah, I'll side with the Sale Sharks. I think they've been solid so far this season. Next up, we've got a really. I mean, do I need to say an exciting encounter? It's been a repeat of the last 2 finals. La Rochelle hosting Leinster. La Rochelle are 2 from 2 in those games. Will Leinster get their revenge? It's not a knockout game, so it actually tells me they will. However, I'm going to side with La Rochelle again. I'm going to say La Rochelle would do the 3. I think, yeah, this game's going to be really good, either way. I think La Rochelle will just edge it, as they have in both finals. Yeah, really solid game. I don't know what's telling me, it's just my gut's telling me that. And sometimes you just have to trust your gut. As we go into the last couple of games here, as Leicester Tigers are hosting the Stormers. Now, interestingly about this game, neither Leicester nor Stormers have been that hot this season. They've both been okay. Although while Stormers, they're back in South Africa in the URC for most of the games now, so I think they will start picking up a bit of steam. But this game is in England. It is at Welford Road, which will be advantage Leicester. And Stormers haven't looked good playing in Europe, so I'm gonna side with Leicester Tigers here. I think they might just squeeze it. It'll be a tight game, but I think Leicester might just squeeze it. Stormers have not been good while playing in Europe in the URC so far. And in the last game, as we go to France, as Racing host Harlequins. This again could be an exciting game. Both teams full of internationals, as many teams are in this competition. What is the top European team? So you'd expect a lot of the top end internationals to be in here if they're not playing in Super Rugby. But for most of the European teams, they will be playing for these teams. On most of them, I know there's a few that will be playing in the Challenge Cup, but yeah, Racing Quins. This could be tough. I don't think Quins have been that impressive this season. I could be wrong. Racing, I think, have been pretty solid, so I'm gonna side with Racing. But yeah, so that's it done. Just to give you a quick recap, I've gone with Glasgow to beat Northampton, Connacht to beat Bordeaux, Toulon to beat Exeter, Ulster to beat Bath, Toulouse to beat Cardiff, Bulls to beat Sarries, Munster to beat Bayonne, Lyon to beat Bristol, Sale to beat Stade Francais, La Rochelle to beat Leinster, Leicester to beat Stormers, and Racing to beat Quins. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. There will be a Challenge Cup one up in a bit just after this one. I just need to record that and all that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you can, check out the stream tonight at about 8 o'clock, just before. It'll go up for the 8 o'clock kickoff. So it'd be great to see some of you there. They're always good fun. And yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you later.